Paul, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Schools are shut down. We have a historic election coming up. We know that young people have the power to change the tide of this election and this country. But what are some of the barriers that they in particular are facing right now when it comes to casting a ballot?
Well, there's two kinds of barriers. One are the practical ones. So you have things like the voting laws, which I always compare to 7 pits of alligators between you and the voting booth. And you look and you think, God, they're hungry, big teeth, I'm not going to go to vote. There's COVID and everything that brings in. So you got to get past that. But you also have to get past the cynicism, which says, candidates, I don't really like them, I'm not that excited. And it's not about loving the candidate. It's about two different people. One of them is going to exercise power in a significant way over your life, over the planet, over every community you care about. And you got to decide between them. And if you opt out, somebody else is going to make that decision. So you got to get past that perfection that says, I just have to wait till I'm totally in love with them, because that is never going to happen.
I think we're old enough that we know the adage, perfect is the enemy of good.
Absolutely.
And that cynicism is well earned by young folks. I get
it's well earned.
Yeah, but they also have this passion, like you said, climate change, gun control, the economy, pandemic. This is their future. And so even though they have this passion, we see these barriers, how do you get them to vote? How can we help them right now, especially as we're a few days away from the election?
Well, I think people have to help each other vote. So, they have to reach out to their contacts, whether it be social media, texting them directly, talking to them on the phone, getting that person off I don't know, they're all corrupt, I don't really care about it that much. Say, this is going to affect your life. And you can multiply your impact in that way. You can multiply your impact by volunteering. There was a campaign in my state of Washington where I volunteered one election day, knocked on doors, got 3 people to vote who wouldn't have otherwise. It was a 134 vote margin for our governor's race. I produced 150 of that. So you do that. You sign up with the campaign.
So you won the race. Paul won the race.
I won the race, yeah. If 50 less people that showed up on my team would have had a different governor. So, you've whatever the candidates you care about, they all have ways to volunteer. And it's a really good way in these final days to multiply your impact.
There's peer-to-peer. Never underestimate the power of one person in a
That's
family
correct.
or in a community,
Right.
just driving them.
Yeah.
In Florida in 2000, Bush won Florida by 537 votes. I asked my mother-in-law for the first time to vote in Florida. She's voting for the first time in decades. She got her friends to vote. So young people can get out their friends and peers. Give them some resources.
We have guides. Go to guides.vote. They're nonpartisan candidate guides, and you can see where they stand on every single issue just about that you could possibly care about. And then you make your own decision. And you pass those guides on to your friends, and they say, all right, you say they're not so different. You say there's nothing significant. This is how the issues that I know that you care about, and pick the one and vote. Also, if you go to studentvote2020.org, that also gives you a sense of some practical tools, finding your polling place and things like that. Or the drop box if you've got a ballot you haven't yet returned.
I have faith in the youth. The kids will be all right. Paul, thanks so much for your help.
My pleasure.
For those of you who are watching, please visit these websites. And if you can, vote, and get your family and friends to vote.